Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today is October 18th, 2021. Last Friday, about like 12:30 in the morning, that would be October 15th, I decided to go ahead and order the Bad Winners performance kit for my Husqvarna 701 Svartpilen. Let me go ahead and show you what's in the kit. Okay, so comes with a power commander that's pre-tuned for this kit. And then a K&N air filter to replace the stock paper one. I'm not sure what all this is exactly right off the bat, but basically I believe this is the O2 sensor delete. There's like, basically this is all emissions control delete stuff. This is a bracket. I'll explain what that's for in a bit. And this is the cat delete pipe made out of stainless steel. Okay guys, so the only thing I did not get was the SC Project exhaust option. Everything from Europe comes with dB killers installed, and I bought this US spec before I realized that I wanted to do any further modifications. And so the US version does not have a dB killer, so this is probably going to be stupid loud. As far as that bracket goes, right here are the side body panels. They attach to the catalytic converter right here. And so that bracket replaces the mounting points for the catalytic converter so that you can put the original bodywork back on and not just see the pipe underneath of it. So I would have liked to have gotten the entire exhaust in titanium, however, it's just not offered. I have found no good titanium options to go from header all the way back. So it's going to be more or less stainless from the header to the final exhaust, which that SC Project is titanium. It should sound absolutely stupid. So anyway, I kind of was tossing this around back and forth for quite a while and decided just to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. The elevation difference from where this comes from in France to the Chicago area is not drastic, only a couple hundred feet. So I'm thinking the tune that comes pre-programmed for the kit should be adequate here. However, after I go ahead and put everything on, I am going to run it on a dyno to make sure the tune is on point and then make any adjustments if necessary. As you can see behind me, the bikes are blocking the lift back there. The goal for tonight is just going to be to get everything rearranged in the garage. The garage is still an enormous mess. As I mentioned in other videos, no shed built this year. So my goal for tonight is just to get things moved out of the way, bikes rearranged, and get the bike on the lift. And more or less, I don't know, Tuesday through Friday, I'd like to get the parts put on the bike. I'm doing all the work myself, so I'm gonna, I don't have a lot of free time. Maybe about an hour a night is about all I can donate. So I'm hoping the 4 hours over the rest of this week will be enough. I'm sure it will be, hopefully. As for shipping, I couldn't believe it. I ordered this at like 12:30 in the morning on Friday, and it was on my doorstep today, which is Monday, by like 3:30 when I got home from work. So that's insane. They had to literally packaged it up and shipped it like right away. And I don't know, just very impressive overall. The customer service for Bad Winners was fantastic via email, quick response times. The shipping was super fast. I'll put a link to Bad Winners in the description of this video. But as for now, we're gonna get to moving some motorcycles around. All right, so I've got everything set up. What I decided to do was, since I have 3 other motorcycles over here, and they are all set up on basically trickle chargers, I don't want to have to move everything. So I figured, let's use your head, Chris. It's a lot easier to move your lawn equipment over there so that we can put the lift right here, and I don't have to move all of that. So the common sense prevailed today. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you how I got this set on the lift. All right, so everything moved out of the way. All that's left to do is plug in the air, lift it up, and remove the ramp over there. So what I did was put some nice soft cloth here, tied everything down nice and neat. Bike is pretty level. Obviously there's a wheel chock here But I'd still recommend not only using the wheel chalk, but making sure that you use some good tie downs that you're comfortable with. And then of course, like I mentioned, the ramp is going to come up before we lift the bike. And here, one other new thing, and that would be the vanity plate that I chose for the bike. As you can see, I ordered that in July. It's only October. It only took 3 short months for the state of Illinois to get on it. So imagine that. One last thing, guys. I mentioned a little earlier that Bad Winners did a fantastic job with their email customer service as well as their shipping, which was extremely impressive. I did unbox everything prior to filming it, so obviously everything wasn't just thrown in a box and shipped. It was all packaged nicely and nothing was damaged that I can tell during shipping. So super excited to install this kit. I'm not going to record any of the installation. Main reason being, Bad Winners has a YouTube channel and they go over installation of all of their products and they do a really nice job. I'm going to be utilizing those videos for my own installation purposes, so I'm not going to be recording any of it. So the next time you see this motorcycle, it's going to be finished. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's the next week. I received all the parts for the Husqvarna on Monday evening, and I started, I put the bike on the lift Monday night, started working on Tuesday. I was able to finish that on Thursday evening, so it took me basically 3 evenings of maybe an hour, hour and a half to complete the job. Everything was really straightforward. I did not make any tutorial videos on how I installed anything, primarily because Bad Winners already makes tutorial videos on their entire performance kit installation. So there's not really anything that I could have made that you couldn't already find that's high quality. I would recommend putting the playback speed on their videos down to half speed and then just playing it, looking at the next step, pausing the video, and then keep following along that way. Like most of you, I assume like most of you, I'm not super familiar with the motorcycle, so I didn't know where everything was located. I had to find out, find everything that they're showing in the videos. So it did take me a little extra time, and I wasn't in a hurry. I just wanted to do a quality installation job. There were a few parts that were left over. It did help a lot, by the way, having this motorcycle lift. So if you don't have one, it's definitely worth saving your money and grabbing one. I have the bike out here. We'll do a cold start in a few minutes to, I don't know, let you hear the difference in sound. I did take it for a ride. I do think that it gained a lot of low-end drivability. The mid-range is close to the same, maybe a little more, and I think definitely more power on the top end. The sound is just amazing. I do have the US spec SC Projects exhaust. Has no dB killer, so not only is it now a decatted motorcycle, but it has no emissions and no dB killer. So it's, some people would say obnoxiously loud. I think it sounds amazing, especially using that quick shifter as you're going through the gears, wide open throttle. It sounds amazing. I did run into some situations with the kit, and some of them are still unresolved. I do give Bad Winners credit for being in Paris, France. And the time change, they definitely, difference in time zones, they definitely get back to you fairly quick, although I'm still waiting for some responses. I ended up with a little extra hardware. This turns out to be something that would only apply to the exhaust if you did not use the belly pan bracket, which I did, which is why I didn't use it. I came across this little plug here, still waiting to find out what that goes to. It's not in any of their videos, and so I don't know where it goes. Same for this little black plug. Again, these could all be parts that would only apply if you installed just, say, part of their kit, and I did the whole thing. And then this is the only one that kind of has me baffled, which is a little gasket and bolt. So again, these are parts that are not in the videos that came with my kit that I have no place for. So far, the first email I sent them, they did respond about this. Basically this is for their cat delete pipe. If you choose not to install the whole belly pan so that you can put your, or the bracketing so you can put your belly pan back on the bike. So let's go ahead and give you guys a cold startup. Okay guys, here's a warm startup with some baby revs. Alright guys, so that wraps up the video. Hopefully you guys can hear the sound difference. I'll link the maybe the first video introducing the bike, as well as the video I made to introduce the exhaust, the SC Project exhaust I put on it as just a slip-on. That made such a big difference initially, but this is just on a whole different level. As far as the whole installation goes, there was really not a lot of issues. One of the plug-in sensors, I believe it was for the evap delete, one of the sensors gets plugged, and the plug was just I don't know, it's a little too long, so I had to shave it down and sand it smooth to get it to plug in nice, like how it should. My guess is if you could install this kit, you could probably figure that little modification out on your own. I think, you know, it's probably a molding issue, you know, when they molded the plug. So I don't think it has anything to do with the quality of the kit itself. One of my biggest concerns after putting all of this together was that I was going to end up with like a Christmas tree of lights on my dashboard, and that wasn't the case. My first startup, I was pleasantly surprised. No additional warning lights, engine lights, or anything. It was really, I don't know, I was like, whew, thank God. Everything else is pretty easy. Like I said, if you follow the directions on their YouTube videos, it goes just how they show you. I slowed it down to half speed, paused it frequently to get through the videos. Some of them I watched a couple of times. The hardest part was really to get my fat hands and fingers in between all these tight places to disconnect all the sensors and clips as I was installing the power commander. That was probably the hardest part. I imagine it was an advantage having the motorcycle lift to do all this. The only other thing I encountered that I'm going to have to change, the exhaust clamp that goes from the decat pipe to my SC Project pipe. Maybe it's because I've already taken it apart once. Well, I think I've got that a little tweaked. I do have a very small exhaust leak, but I want to get rid of that. So I've ordered a new gasket and clamp for that. Other than that, it rides great. Like I mentioned, definitely a big time improvement in throttle response, low end power. Anybody that has one of these know that they kind of like chug along at low RPM. Now, you know, at like 3,000 RPM, I still have decent response. High end, like I said, the high end RPM range is awesome, lots of power. Definitely noticeable, and just sounds just phenomenal. If you like noise, I do. All my other bikes are loud, well, mostly. Other than that, really satisfied. I've been really satisfied with Badwinner's as a company, their response to emails. Like I said, I'm still waiting for an email response for the 3 things that are left on the list that I don't know where they go. It was not in their videos, so I'm expecting a similar response to the first email I sent, that it doesn't apply to the full kit. Other than that, the only thing I've noticed right up front is fuel economy. Just from doing some quick blasts around, I've noticed that my fuel economy is probably a lot less than it was before, which kind of sucks because the bike has kind of a small-ish fuel cell. So if you're doing a lot of long distance riding or you ride hard, I guess expect to go to the gas station more frequently, but totally worth it. I mean, I think it turned out amazing. So I think for now the modifications on the bike are done. I finally got my vanity plate, as you guys saw earlier, and went ahead and did the full power kit on it. The other thing I can mention is when you're putting the K&N air filter in, its tune is designed for you to leave that filter cover off. So there's the part of the filter cover keeps the filter in, the other part covers it. It's tuned for the box cover to be off, obviously to maximize intake flow. That's all I've got on the bike so far. Or, you know, I shouldn't say so far. That's all that's done up until this point. I do have something in the works, but I don't want to spoil it. So you'll have to wait for the next video to see, I think, what will be its final little modification. I don't know if it's little, but it'll be the last thing I do to this bike, I think, in the foreseeable future. A couple other updates. Oh yeah, update on the Indian. If you've been following the channel, you know that I, back in the end of January, put deposits on cams and some other goodies. Nothing's arrived yet, so wonderful supply chain, although it's kind of bizarre. The company that's making the cams is local. But at the end of the day, I think the engine build for the Indian is going to effectively take place for next riding season, as it's about to be November here. I'm actually looking to get a little bit more riding in, and I store my Harleys currently at Harley. Hopefully that'll only be for just one more year. I am going to get this garage heated as well as the floors done, so this will be a nicer place to keep the bikes all year long. So sadly, we'll be saying goodbye to the CVO Ultra and the Night Train. However, they're getting a little bit of work done while they're gone, so that'll be something for the spring to surprise you guys with as well. I also have the GoPro thing up and going. Hopefully, before the bikes go into storage for the winter, I'm going to try to get a riding video on each bike. So hopefully, cross fingers, that'll actually happen. I really thought we were going to get the Indian build done before the end of the year, but it's just not a reality. I don't foresee that happening, even if they started on it right now. I mean, I guess in theory, if they built it in the next 3 days, it would be ready. But anyway, I'm not gonna cross my fingers. I thought this was gonna be done in like June or something, like May. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for the video. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.